angle and gets punished for it. But now all of Ember is aware of this positioning, and they are getting set up to put the pressure onto him. Shots coming out from VR Marksman as Hailfire pushes into the center building there. He's getting fired on from Soldier's position out here in the south.
He's deep in the south, in the south warehouse, basically. Messino going to find Milkman down in the center garage as well. And Soldier going to peek out to find Switch crossing into the center building. Now as Soldier gets a flash towards him from J-Lo, Hailfire picks up Tiger Strike towards the objective. Now it's a gunfire between Soldier and J-Lo. J-Lo will lose that. Soldier leaving just Hailfire to be the last remaining member of Ember.
Yeah, he's got to deal with quite a few people. He's hearing Messino's footsteps. Is he going to spot out Marksman there on that stairwell? It doesn't look like it, but Marksman, I think, is dialed in on his position. Can't quite see the laser there as it's not going through, but Messino scooping up the kill onto Hailfire as he pushes through that building, and Raptors take themselves a nice little first point in that first round.
Yeah, so far so good. Looks like Raptors did change out the roster a little bit from the previous round we saw them with against the Animal House, but overall very effective. Messino taking the charge this time around, leading out the kills, and Soldier picking up the rest of them. So great work from them. They were able to tear down Ember pretty early on. In fact, I mean, that position from Messino underground, just that angle to the wall that Quokup took on that initial look, just trying to kind of gauge that center tank courtyard was very impressive. It was a good angle, a nice look there. And then he managed to find another from down there as well before rotating up and finding that game-winning kill or round-winning kill for them. So kudos to them for that round. Ember's got to find something here on defense to bring it back to a 1v1 game and get their advantage.
Now it's time for Ember to show us their chops on defense as they take this East HQ defense against the Raptors.
Don't get shot, I might die in pre-fire, but
we'll see how this pans out for them. So one of the big problems is stacking, right? We talked about it. Ember just showcased it there. Is stacking your entire team on that center push puts you in kind of a kill box. If you let the defense spread out around you, you're going to get punished. The Soldiers showcased very cleanly what'll happen if you get tunnel visioned on an approach like that. So Ember getting punished there for maybe a little bit too aggressive of a push into the middle. Now we'll see what kind of damage they can do on defense. Got a lot of good little angles here. Quokka up in the South Hills is in a good spot looking out over towards that rooftop. He's going to spot Distorted on the roof, and a fantastic shot from an SKS will down the first player of the Raptors of the round.
Yeah, now Soldier panicking as he's inside. He's got to find a way out into some other form of cover. It's going to be a pretty tough time for him as Quokka's got a pretty free range if he decides to come up on that ridge line, of course. But Soldier's not really standing it still for very long. He's still moving back and forth between the wall and the crate there. Meanwhile, Tiger Striker manages to push his way up, and Soldier does find Hailfire inside the building in the center tank courtyard. And Tiger Striker manages to continue pushing up further and further, and Quokka getting downed now.
Yeah, he was not ready for that look from Soldiers, and that is 2 picks that Ember cannot stand to have right now. They are struggling to hold on to this defense. There is a down there still available to be res, but Hailfire is not in a great spot to be picked up as he's still in those windows. Grenade coming out long range, but not quite long enough to pick up Soldiers. Now rotated clean to the south side.
And Tiger's also eyes on objective building. You can see it. So J-Lo gonna need to be careful with his rotations around the building. Switch the same with his movement up on that second deck. And here's Milkman and Hailfire now after that res. Able to bolster the defense again, but will it be enough? Will they be able to know the positioning of these attackers and not rotate right out into an open field of fire for it? It's a real question.
One's on the back side of it.
Good comms coming in from the Raptor side, IDing the positioning of these defenders. I mean, Ember is trapped up there in that East HQ upstairs. Now the pressure coming in from all sides as Hailfire sends some shots down towards Soldiers, forcing him to rotate south. 2 minutes left on the clock. It's a 4v4.
Yeah, still a lot of time for the positioning of the Raptors. I mean, they're quite far advanced to still have this much time left to burn. And it looks like Marksman, yeah, there it is, the trigger pull onto Hailfire. He's gone now. And he might see Milkman, too, if Milkman's not careful. So really a rock and a hard place at the moment. Meanwhile, Soldiers has spread himself over to the southeast, and he's able to pick up Switch. Now it's just J-Lo left on the objective. The defensive Ember is getting very, very weak at this point. Milkman caught out by Soldiers as he comes out into the window, and Tiger Striker now pushing towards the objective. J-Lo coming down the stairs, and Tiger Striker's got his pad out. He's behind the coverage. Oh, he thought the suppressive fire was actually aimed at him, but it was not. Now he's behind the wall. He's got pad back out. This is going to be a cap. J-Lo not going back down to check it. Looks like maybe prepping a flash. Yep, flash goes out. Tiger Striker still going for the cap. I think he is flash, though. Hands no longer moving, but it doesn't matter. J-Lo gets taken down, and Raptors take the 2-0 lead here on Cargo.
That was a very close call and a very lucky situation for Ember, whether they know it right now or not. That could have been the 3-0 lead that Raptors were hoping for.
It really could have.
And good on the Ember guys to push out a little bit and get hit by those Raptors bullets, because that definitely could have gone worse for them. Take a look at it, see if we captured it on the replay here. Yeah, he's got that pad out. He was looking, he was checking, and then the flash came out, blinding him just in time. He must have had at least a couple of those digits punched in, but it was just enough to allow that member of the Ember team to get killed and save themselves the cap. So looks like we are already into the next round. No time for scoreboards here as both teams ready and raring to go. The objective is now shifted to the ambulance, the hospital side, whatever your call outs are.
Yeah, and they have the north spawn, which allows for what we called earlier a quick peek spawn. Right, they can get some very vital information very early on. They've already called Soldiers push east. And now they're going to be looking for any other heads or possible, exposure that they can find to get some early picks from far out to save them some of the CQC fights that they'll have once they get into the objective. Messino lets loose a bit of fire from near the ambulance courtyard, but he's unable to connect as Ember continue their push up. Now Switch at the front of the push.
Taking their time. Again, it is usually better to reevaluate. If you moved quick and you got punished for it in the first offensive round, you take your time a little bit more. You try to figure out where is it that you're getting picked off from. And right there, Soldiers answers that question as he downs the first player in the Ember squad. It is just a down, still a res available. Milkman looking for that refrag. Did hear the shots come out, but Soldier's not visible to him there, as you can see. Just tucked in on that left side. Switch is looking as well.
Hellfire's here on the objective. He should be able to see Massimo at any second now. He's able to get him. This could be an open objective for Hailfire to cap. Tiger Striker's going to get out soon. And Hailfire finds him as well. Marksman now going to be on the rotation. He finds him as well. No, but he's going to get TK'd.
No, it's a revive.
No,
it's a revive. Distorted, yeah. Distorted did have the defensive pick in the long range, but yeah, let's take a look at that replay real fast. That was quite a sweep by Hailfire.
Now Distorted's going to grab Milkman as well on the rotation.
They've got
Switch, Quokka, and J-Lo now on the move. They are trying to go off of Hailfire's call. The objective is clear, but Distorted is looking. They're going to have to be careful. He's on the rotation through the warehouse. He's got to make his way all the way out. If they were a bit quicker, they might could have beat this, but Quokka's going for the cap. He's not ready for Distorted. Distorted finds the pick. He's now rotated back around the corner again. He's probably got no idea on his kill count. Distorted's there. They're going to take the round win, and Switch will take the pick onto Distorted for Ember to grab their first round win here on Quarantine.
Yeah, and that was...
Sorry to keep interrupting you on that replay there.
That was well needed by the Ember folks, and it's a good thing that they slowed up a little bit. the last thing you wanted to see was all of the members of the offense pushing through and just allowing a defender to pick you off from, you know, somewhere where you're not sure where he came from. And luckily for them, they picked the right time. But taking a look at this replay again, Hailfire finding Messino, sweeping around the ambulance, getting the long range pick. Getting Tiger Striker in the window and then getting that long range pick on the objective. That is exactly the number of people you want to kill before you die. And utilize that positioning effectively. Oops. Oh, that is the incorrect score. My apologies. Ah! Doing the wrong score. And 1. There we go. All right. Just in time to correct the score and get ourselves into the next round.
That is right. Now it's back on Raptors. They got the the quick spawn.
On those boxes right there.
As far as movement goes, it's a little less a quick peek. It is closer by movement to the objective than the previous spawn that we saw.
Definitely a quick run for this, and I have a feeling they're going to utilize it. I think they're going to apply this pressure in the west and try it.
Switch out to the open now. Tiger Striker gonna see him, but they can't connect the shots. Switch makes it in safely.
Relatively safely.
Well, yeah, for the moment.
Yeah, the danger is still very much there. He primes the nade, but there's the lasers are all over the place. They are looking for him. I mean, his best bet here is just stay tucked in and let the other members of your team, you know, they have to come try to clear you out of here, right? So give your team the information and let them deal with the situation for you.
There's one hospital roof.
Yeah, the VR marksman now trying to take care of Quokka over on that hospital roof. He's called it in to his teammates, but it looks like he is in fact living up to his name.
Ooh, but Quokka, they're not fast enough with the response. Getting VR marksman off, they're getting that pressure off of the roof now. It's going to open things up a little bit. Raptors do have a member of their team rotating far east there. You can see him on the mini-map going all the way around the motel. And this is not something that Ember might be ready for just yet, but I know they have eyes up on that roof, so it may not be a complete surprise, but Switch still, just keep my eyes here just in case, because he is definitely in some danger.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, he's got a whole mess of players to deal with here before he's out of the woodwork. But we do see that Hailfire laser there panning. Quokka should be able to help out if Messina decides to peek this little hole in the wall, which I think is what Quokka is banking on. Tiger Striker now pushing through. He does spot Switch. Pops around the corner, does grab that pick. And the confirm.
No questions there. Quokka will be watching it, but he's already under fire from Soldier from the call out earlier on Marksman, and he does find the pick.
There it is. Here comes the pressure. 4v3. Hellfire's in a nice little ambush spot here, but no, Soldier very much aware of that spot. Able to knock him out, and now I feel like we're going to be seeing the rush come en masse. Distorted coming in on the backside. It will most likely find the back of Milkman here. And then it's going to be wide open objective. Not a lot of hope here for the Ember folks. Milkman, a very good rotation on the inside, but he's going to leave that front side of the objective exposed.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that because now no one is able to watch Tiger Striker. So unless Milkman decides to look up at the wall, no, Tiger will decide to shoot at him, but not make the shots. Milkman gets the down instead, and Ember actually saved the round in an impressive turn of events to bring things to a 2-2 here on Quarantine. They are not letting Raptors win without a fight.
They are definitely not letting Raptors win without a fight. I hope that was captured on replay. Let's take a look at Milkman's play there. Rotating inside, the heads-up play finds Soldiers on that long range. He didn't get out of the gas station fast enough. Then Tiger Striker opens fire, misses, and that gives Milkman another 2 kills as Messino had been crossing towards the center tank courtyard at that same time. That is a 3-kill pickup. The first 3 kills for Milkman there.
On paper, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that was...
Why would you rotate off visual on the objective, right?
That was definitely a very interesting, but nevertheless extraordinarily effective heads-up play by Milkman.
Crater or south.
Yeah, and now we're moving on to our next round. So fast, we aren't even done talking about the last one.
Yeah, I'm watching-
It's
I'm
2-2.
watching
The
Boy.
objective is the center, what was previously on fire building. Now it's just the center building. And Ember get the north spawn here, and they're going to unleash a little bit of suppressive fire as they notice a couple of folks in the south.
Yeah, the callouts are coming in for Crater and South spawn, but it was the other spawn. The defense trying to guess that spawn. Guessed all but the correct one.
Quokka taking some shots from Messino and
There's
eventually
one
succumbs
white car on the north.
to his
on the
opponent's
east.
weapon.
I don't think he knows he got him. I heard him calling out that position, but does not.
It's
I
a
don't-
hard one to know, though,
Yeah,
too.
I don't think he can confirm that, but they are now working with 4. We're here now pushing up this east side of the rooftop building. They've got a decent line here, but there are just a ton. Like, once they start crossing this street, they're going to be so exposed to that center building and to Tiger Striker's position. They've got to be careful here. Hellfire taking his time, scanning those windows, looking around. Is he going to spot Tiger Striker in that spot? No, he doesn't, but it doesn't matter as Tiger takes a couple shots out in his direction, looking to try to get that pick. Does not pan out for him. Hellfire,
Oh, but
though,
luckily-
does. Yeah, he snaps up on VR Marksman in that window.
And good for him, because that was just getting ready to kind of ruin Switch's day and put all the pressure in the center push, and that wouldn't have been good. Hopefully Switch there, or whoever that is, doesn't pull the trigger on Hailfire.
Yeah.
That would not be good.
No, Jalen.
So it looks like it is causing some bustle in the back, too. Some of the south pushes now are rotating back towards the objective, which is exactly what you would want to see out of a defensive team, right? You would want to see them reacting to that loss and needing more people near or on the objective, and that's exactly what Raptors have done in this case. But Ember need to just get a bit more coordinated here, a little bit more synchronized. Milkman with a nice pick or down onto Tiger Strike. There is a possibility of the res. I'm sure Raptors will try and push out for it if they can. But Hailfire dangerously close now to the objective. He has eyes on the uplink. And there's Masino. Masino's dead now. Distorted going to rush out for the refrag. He does find it. And a flash comes over from J-Lo. Distorted seems unaffected. No.
It's a 3v3. They've got a good setup on it here. Milkman's in the right position to find soldiers. That's one.
Well, Switch could have possibly seen Tiger Striker, but he manages to avoid the sight lines. Milkman finds Distorted now. It's all up to Tiger Striker here, as he's got a 3-pronged push heading his way. And we'll see if they try and go for it. It's a little bit more difficult now that this objective has been scooted back. You have to actually be kind of in this side, barely be outside, but it doesn't matter. J-Lo finding the pick onto Tiger Strike, and Ember taking the lead for the first time here on this map.
Yeah, and you got to give the credit there to Hailfire and Milkman. They were finding
Absolutely.
the right angles. They were finding the right shots, getting into the proper positions at the right time, and really paving the path for the rest of the team to get in the way. That is the Ember I expected to see on Bazaar when they were playing Animal House. It's just so interesting to see them come alive here in this final round rather than back. You know what I mean? It's
No, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, who knows? It was maybe the round that they lost earlier against Animal House was just a bad round. Things weren't clicking for them, or it was a map that they're not as strong on as they are Quarantine, right? They just didn't have the opportunity to play Animal House at their highest level by playing them on a map that they feel qualified to play them against, or however you would like to put it. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely showing us that experience, and knowing that if you're right there in that top 2, top 3 spot, you can still affect things within the overall grouping. And so Ember could really be helping out some of the other teams with this loss, delivering this loss to Raptors. They changed their names.
Indeed, but round 6 is underway. We got no time for names. All we got time for is games, because right now the game is on the line. Ember looking to hold this defensive round and seal the deal here in the 5th round. Take this away from the Raptors. Deliver the Raptors' first loss of the day as well. And Raptors looking to hang on here. They got to be thinking, at the very least, that they need to hang on, but a camp, I'm sure, is on their minds.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the opportunity, as we like to say, you got to take it.
And we'll see if they do. And the grenade's already coming out. Soldiers tossing one up into the objective, just poking, hoping there.
That was really well placed. Otherwise, if it was just on the other side of that wall, Switch might not be here.
Tiger going to be looking for him here, but Switch already trained in the corner. Very tough to see from that angle as well. So
yeah,
Tiger Striker does have to be careful. Oh, I think Soldiers was spotted by Switch. I saw that laser training on him.
Yep, confirmed by the call out there. Hellfire may be the one to come out and take a look. He's not going to have the best angle for it, but Switch might actually see it. Depends. Will Tiger Strike pop up first and distract him? No. Tiger Strike will manage to
a fantastic shot by Tiger Striker. A very difficult thing to see, and Distorted grabbing another one, and that is Raptors' advantage now. 3 left on the objective. Quokka evening things up a little bit. Nabs Soldiers from that previous call out before Switch had gone down. Now Quokka on the roof is going to be the one trying to deal the damage to this offense as they push through. He's taking shots on the south. Distorted's the one in trouble, but Marksman's looking for him. Tiger Striker's going to be looking for him. Yeah, Messino's looking for him on the backside here. I mean, this is... you do not want to be Quokka right now. He has got to stay tucked in. Messino coming out on the backside. The pressure's coming in. He doesn't hear him, and there it is. The shots come in.
Ooh, but almost the team frag. As the well-placed, I might add, frag comes up from VR Marksman. It almost takes down Messino there. And it's all up to Milkman and J-Lo. Ooh, boy. Tight odds, but, you know, my guess is at this point they'll throw themselves on the attackers and try and keep them from getting the cap and ending the match here. They can still win in the next round. They don't need to win on defense. It's just typically believed to be a bit easier to win when you're defending and not having to expose yourself by having to move along the map. But yeah, right now things not looking so great as we tick closer to the 2-minute mark, and it's a 4v2 scenario.
I mean, again, Raptors slowed up a little bit. You got to be thinking, hey, cap, right? They want to close this out. They don't want to take it to another round. I mean, Ember has been effective on Marsoc. We saw Milkman do some serious work in that last round. So Raptors want to shut that down. They don't want to give them that opportunity, but it's going to be very tough. Ember's defense pretty much dedicated to making sure they do not get a cap.
Distorted just a moment ago, checking his tablet, probably reviewing the code before going in. He and Tiger Striker are staged just outside of the objective building and prone to attack here at any moment. A couple of flashes already going out. J-Lo tossing something himself. I didn't quite see. It was a return flash, yeah. And now they're moving in. We'll see what happens here, but it'll be all up to J-Lo and Milkman on how they react. Tiger Striker is going to be the first to break. J-Lo will pre-fire. Tiger Striker doesn't have the angle, but because he wasn't ready for it, and Marksman will grab Milkman. That'll bring us up to a tie game here in this final round of the group. Raptors 3, Ember 3. You guys got to tell us who is going to win.
I want to see those predictions coming out in the chat. Let us know. This is why they're here on Master League 1. We knew it was going to be a dang good matchup. Ember putting up a great fight, but Raptors putting up, well, apparently the exact same good fight. We are now in our tied game. And again, this is, you know, this is kind of what I would expect to see from a team like Ember. They are scrappy. And as somebody pointed out in the chat earlier, once they get going, you know, they can be hard to stop, but Raptors there doing a great job of stopping them. So we'll see. Can Ember regain the momentum, or is Raptors going to eat them up in this last round? Let us know.
It'll be an interesting objective to see because it's the north objective. We're going up north here toward the 18-wheeler, the tractor trailer, the lorry, wherever you vernacular may call it. But can be a difficult one to defend depending on who you ask. So Ember could still come back here. Raptors still have the opportunity to lose this for themselves at the same time. Being too risky here could cost you. We'll have to find out. Like we've said 100 times today, we'll have to just find out soon, but it sounds like soon will be now because the timer is going off, as you may be able to hear over my incessant babbling
The time is now. There is no better time than now. Raptors looking to stay undefeated. Ember looking to not allow that to happen. And we are going to see who wins out as the clock ticks down to the start.
Oh, I saw a guy in front of me first and I didn't take shots.
Just sit there somewhere.
All right, we have got Raptors setting themselves up, and the Ember boys pushing into the center courtyard. Now, question's going to be how quickly is the spawn ID'd,
Oh, yeah.
and what are the refrag opportunities going to be for Ember? It looks like they are going to split up, so not stacking on the same push.
Yeah, it looks like Soldier is actually going to be in the best position to call the spawn out, if, well, previously to those shots being fired, of course.
I think they got quick action.
But, yeah, he was up in this elevated position here in the west and would have been able to see kind of out across that central portion of the map. But Quokka and Hailfire here have gone full west in the south. And now they're looking to make their way up. I mean, Raptors are playing a relatively conservative defense from what we've seen throughout the day, from what I'm seeing so far. They're not really pushing out. They didn't really even put anyone on the north rooftop because I think they're worried that that person will get picked. It'll give Ember those picks that
Yeah,
they
I mean,
need in the
Quokka has
early
been
rounds.
hitting those shots too. You know, I mean, I think
agree.
you got to give the man some credit. He has done
For
a
sure.
fantastic job with that SKS, getting the headshots in. So if I was the Raptors, I honestly would be doing the same thing. And also, you know, there's no reason. You don't have to get peaky. Game is on the line. You just need to make sure you got your coverage on the objective, and that's all you got to do. Let Ember walk into the trap. No reason to put yourself at risk. It's the right call, but will it work out is the question.
Ooh, and with Quokka taking this elevated wing position, it's possible he sees Distorted, but no, Distorted happens to turn around at the right time and see exactly what he needs to see, and that's the pick.
Yeah, that's
Quokka's
a
out.
huge pick, too. Quokka with the long-range damage could have seen Tiger Striker or Messino in their positions, and now that he's not up there, that is intel Ember does not have. 3 minutes left on the clock. See what the approach looks like. Hailfire is all alone there in the west approach, but if he stays quiet enough, he can really get pretty dang far before anybody can get eyes on. Distorted finds another.
Almost. J-Lo not far behind. Hopefully Distorted's not able to just continue raining death from this one location, because he has not had to move so far to get those 3 picks that he's been able to contribute to this round.
Switch did not spot out Marksman there, despite sort of looking out over the barrels. Marksman stays still. That is the benefits of it. Switch distracted by the comms of Distorted. That's going to find the pick for him. Soldier snaps Hailfire, and it's all but over as Raptors tear their way into this round win. It's all up to J-Lo as Switch gets confirmed.
Yeah, frag goes out there onto the roof. Distorted on the corner, but that's going to be it. Distorted does find the pick on the J-Lo. He pretty much had that entire round for Raptors, and they secure this map and their win in this round, 4-3 against Ember.
They do indeed. They played a solid game there. Held that defense really well, and it's a really good, PSA, I guess you could say, for, there's no need to get peaky. You don't need to get aggressively, out of your defensive zones. You can just stay close to objective, set up the right sight lines, and you're good to go. And the Raptors showed a very good example of that happening there. But a good fight from Ember. It's exactly the kind of thing I expected to see from them. And commiserations to them as well. And congratulations to Raptors for, looks like, taking the top spot. I don't have the standings up in front of me, but I believe at last check, let's see if these have updated. Looks like that is going to be the case, but you'll have to check the website later on to confirm that. However, that is going to wrap things up for us here on Master League 1. Sleepy, any final words for the folks at home before I sign us out?
Well, I just want to thank everyone at home for tuning in. It's been a great day, great weekend, honestly, of the Challenger Cup. And I want to thank the viewers for tuning in, of course. Thanks to our sponsors, Asterion, Cybershoes, VR Cover, HyperX, ProTube, B Haptics, and others, ProTube VR, and many more, Arma. Goodness, again, the list just keeps growing, and we're so thankful for that. We're so thankful for those of you who just followed this weekend. We're thankful for those of you who are subscribed. So again, we appreciate it, and keep an eye out, because we've got more weekends of Onward action coming to you, at least 2, if not 3 more weekends. So be sure and be ready for that, and we'll be back soon with more Onward action.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you to everybody who came in and tuned in. Make sure you go check out that Rebuff Reality special that we've got. The code, I believe it is Bang Power in the chat. We'll give you the code for that, Power Your VR. So go give them some love. And the love goes out to the moderators and the organizers and the other casters on all the other channels. We do appreciate everybody taking their time and hanging out with us, and throughout all the delays and everything that we've had. We appreciate that. And yeah, we've got 2 more weeks of Onward postseason coming at you in the next 2 weeks. So do tune into those. But this hungry caster and his even hungrier co-caster are going to sign off for the day. So we will see you guys next week. Till then, have a great rest of your weekend.
Good evening, everyone.